18 Wheels wants to know if you've experienced UFOs sneaking behind you, or they reveal themselves in front of you.
Oh, yeah. Actually, a lot of times when I notice something in the sky, first thing I do is look behind me, because a lot of times what I'm seeing that's getting my attention is a distraction.
Wow, yeah.
And that, and like probably the best story I have as far as that goes is, which is another video on my YouTube channel that's labeled, "This is not an airplane." And this was about 4 years ago now, maybe 5. I was living in an apartment over on about 91st and Memorial here in Tulsa. And I spend a lot of nights out on my, outside with my telescope and my camera. And I just got a new telescope at the time. So I'm sitting out on my front patio, and, I'm kind of looking at the moon, trying to zero it in. And I noticed there's a neighborhood right across the street from us, and like a gated neighborhood. And I saw something with 2 like baby blue lights on it that were flashing, flying, portraying itself to be an airplane, but it had 2 baby blue lights and nothing else on it. I can't remember now if they were flashing or not, but it seems like they were. Anyway, it was flying, looked pretty low over the neighborhood across the street, and it kind of disappeared, into whatever the trees or whatever it was off in the distance. And I sat there for a minute, and I got that feeling to go look. And we were the very last row of buildings in that complex at the very back, and then there was a pond right behind, like a storm runoff drainage pond, and which is where the talking goose thing happens too. Anyway, I had my DeWalt spotlight out there with me, and had my phone turned on the video camera, walked around the back side of my building. It came around the corner like a cop, pointing that flashlight and my phone camera at it. And that thing was there, and except it looked like a giant ball of light, and it was hovering just a little over the power lines, but it was coming towards me, and I was like, that thing's sneaking up on me, what the fuck is going on? And right in front of my face, it did just like a Transformers thing, and it transformed into this weird airplane. It resembled an airplane, but it didn't look like any airplane I'd ever seen, And so now it also kicks on an engine noise where it was silent the whole time before. And so now the engine's screaming, and it sounded odd too. It was way off from a regular airplane engine, but it flew right over me, and it was so low that it looked like it was going to scrape the roof on the top of my 3-story apartment complex. Mm-hmm. And it flew directly over my head. And you can see in the video, I've got my spotlight right on it as it flies right over, and almost scrapes the roof, and then flies off into the distance for a long time. And the further away it got, instead of getting smaller as it trailed off, it got bigger. That is the only time I've ever felt any kind of fear or some kind of bad intent off of one of these things. That thing scared the crap out of me, man. I don't know what it was about it. It was basically the whole sneaking up on me part. It was like, what was it going to do if I didn't notice it and walk around there? And how many times has that happened before that I didn't notice? And why is it doing that? What's its intent,